up? Glad to be here. Some of you are seeing me on Facebook, and some of you are seeing me on the YouTube channel that I have as well for mentorship support. I'm actually sitting in my kitchen right now. Just got done having tacos. Okay, I think we're good. Let me check something real quick because I'm thinking I might have been muted there for that whole time. Let me open up my
page 5, Facebook, page 5, YouTube.
Let me go to YouTube. I think I might have been muted this whole time.
I like this. Video player. Collapse video.
Give me 1 second, you guys.
Helpful tips while subscribe. Close. Play. Close.
Give me 1 second.
Checking in with her 8:55 p. Woman in her 90s. Graduate. 8:55. Woman in her 90s. You. What? Lounge. Drug. What? The app. Data. Laura. Search. Video. Cat. Video. Back. Button.
Give me 1 second.
Oh. Your account. Search. Your account. Search. Button. Search feed. Cat. E-E-N-N-T-T-O-O.
This will only take me a second.
S-H-H-I-P-P. Skate. S-U-U-P-P-O-O-F-R-T-F.
Because I think
R-R-R-T.
I was muted that whole time I was talking just now.
Should you go to college for a degree in criminal justice? PR.
Let's see.
Video player. Video. Add. Cat. More. Creep. Top. Next. Track position. 6 minutes 36 seconds. 6.
Let's see if I was.
2 minutes 6 seconds of less than a second.
Yeah, I was.
Track position. 2 minutes 9 seconds of less than a second. Adjustable.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Video player. Collapse video. Unsubscribe. Should you go to college for it? Unsubscribe from this channel. Button.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to start over. I'll just put a message here in the chat window. Audio was muted in the beginning of this video, but not for very long. All right, let's see. Hey, Crystal, I am live right now on Facebook and YouTube. Will you go see if you can hear me, please? What I was saying earlier, you guys, again, a good book for you guys to read if you like to read is a book titled A Boy Called It. It's a really good book. It's about a boy that was abused as a child. He went through a lot of abuse, you guys, a lot of abuse. And to give you an idea of that, he was put on a stove and burnt. He had to sleep in his own messes that he made in his pants and all that because he couldn't go to the bathroom. He was beat with belts and sticks, and it was horrible. But it's a really good book. You should check it out. There's 3 different books. There's A Boy Called It. That's number 1. A Man Called Dave is the second one, and I forget what the third one's called. And I believe that's the order that they go in. All right, will you share that, please? Anyways, like I was saying, I intended on doing a video like this when I got closer to graduating. I graduate in just about 16 weeks. May 9th is actually when I graduate, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed with myself. I'm proud of myself. I don't regret anything that I've done. The choices that I've made, I believe have probably been the best choices that I've made in a very long time. And hopefully this video can help you if you're thinking about going to college, period. Whether you want to go to college for criminal justice or psychology or human resources or business or drugs and addiction. There's several, things you can do. Nursing, teaching, welding. It comes down to you doing what makes you happy. Don't just drop into college and just take whatever you can get and be like, well, I just want to go to college so I can get a job. You really should have an idea of what you want to do. With me, okay, I think we're good. Criminal justice is, let me mute that.
Integrate, unsubscribe from unsubscribe, refund, cap, clear, mentor, back, button. Subscribe. Trend. Select. Close. Pause. Close. Close.
There we go.
Should you go to college for a degree in criminal?
Let's mute that.
Pause. Next. Pause. Button. Play. Video.
There we
clear.
go.
Heading. Chat message and learn more. Welcome to live chat. 8:57 p.m. Mentorship support. Audio 0. Talk chat.
Okay, good. But there's been people that have said, you know, what are you going to do when you go to college? Why are you going? The thing is, you need to go for your own personal reasons, not for somebody else's, and not just, well, I want to work. What do you want to do? Like, if you're going to go to college and that's going to be your degree, don't you think it should be something that you're going to be happy with? Because what are you going to do if you graduate? You get a job at whatever you thought you was going to, you know, well, I'll deal with whatever it is. And then you work for a little while and you become bored. The job becomes boring to you, or you're not happy with it. You end up quitting the job. There goes 2 years of college, 4 years of college. There goes all the hard work for the degree. Why waste all that time and effort and hard work on something that you don't believe in or something that you don't want to do? Go to college for the right reasons for you. And it doesn't matter whether you got a husband or a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, sister, brother, mother, cousin, aunt, uncle. It doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think, what makes you happy, not anybody else. You can't judge your happiness off of someone else's opinion. And if you do, I'm almost going to bet that you probably put up with a lot of crap. So keep that in mind. Number 2 here. Those of you that say criminal justice is a waste of time, it's not worth it. I don't agree with that. I agree if you're saying that you don't like it. That's good. I'm glad that you can decide what you like and what you don't like. But don't base your opinion off of someone else's dream that they're reaching for. Don't sit there and tell someone, don't do it because you didn't enjoy it, or because maybe you failed at it, or maybe you just don't like it. Why destroy someone else's dream, their hopes, over your own opinion? It's not fair. It's not the right way to be. I don't agree with that at all. Do I think that, you know, everybody's different. Everybody's different. So do it for you, nobody else. Personally, my own opinion, now, I'm not telling you to jump into criminal justice if you don't want to. It was completely worth it. Totally worth it. Criminal justice, when you jump in to college and you start learning criminal justice, you are learning a lot of things. Every sector within criminal justice or law, you're going to be touching base on that, and you're going to learn about it. You're going to learn about the drugs. You're going to learn about the abuse. You're going to learn about all the different crimes, rape, murder, serial killers, homicides, investigations, narcotics, evidence, suicides, everything. Adult and juvenile, parole, probation, prisons, all of it. Criminal justice is a very, very big sector. And inside that sector of criminal justice, there are several smaller sectors. And I thought somebody was behind me. So if you're into the whole law thing and you're into the criminal justice thing, then go for it. Do it. Do it. Now I'm going to be talking about some of the classes that you can expect. I got to pull it up here in a minute. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up my resume. If I pull up my resume, I can look at everything all together instead of, okay, this is the one I need to undo, I believe. I hope. That should have been my hard drive. All right, let's get this bad boy in here. I got this thumb drive. It's a pain in the butt. It's a key, but it's a pain in the butt to plug into the computer. It really is. There we go. I'm just gonna pull up my resume. That way I can just look at all of the, because I've got all my skills and all that stuff on my resume. So let me get to it here. Here we go. Here we go. We'll just open it up in Word. I've got it in PDF and Word. There we go. I hope you guys don't mind. I am going to smoke myself a cigarette here. It's not very professional, but I'm at home. I'm at home. Give me a break. I've been working hard today. You know, my Crystal, she is getting ready to think about going to college, and she keeps on asking me, John, what should I do? What should I do? What do you think I should do? And I'm like, I don't want to tell you what I think you should do. You need to decide what makes you happy. You know, and I tell people that all the time. Don't ever ask somebody what they think you should do in college, because it's such an unfair question. Such an unfair question. And, you know, like I said, she's going to be going looking to go to college, and get out there. Here we go. All right, so some of the things you're gonna go through in criminal justice, if you take criminal justice, introduction to the criminal justice system, introduction to, well, no, that was an option. I did introduction to psychology as well. That was an extra. Cultural awareness, that is something that you should take for sure. Ethics in criminal justice, that's another one you definitely should take, because you want to be able to understand somebody or a situation. You want to be able to understand that from an ethic point of view, right? Well, where is that at? Let me find it. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm looking for. Where's it at? Okay, and another one that you really that can help you in college. And now this really isn't connected with criminal justice, but leadership. I think that is a really good class for anyone to take because it really teaches you how to really challenge yourself to become a leader in your own life. That doesn't mean being a leader to somebody else. It means being a leader in your own life. So think about that. All right. Where did it go? I guess. Okay. I'm going to close out. I'm just going to pull up my classes because that's not working. Give me 1 second, you guys. If you can go that way, after you get done. Yeah, go around that way. I got the camera going here.
I'm going behind you.
Well, yeah, that's what you can get your food. That ain't a problem. I'm not worried about that. All right, so let me get to some more of the classes here. All right, so victimology. That's another. I guarantee you're. What's the next one here? Serial killers. You definitely want to take that class. You don't have to, but I believe it would definitely be a good class to take, especially if you're going to get into maybe becoming a police officer or a detective or working in homicide or something like that. You definitely want to take that class. Criminal evidence. That's another class that you definitely more than likely will be taking. Criminal law. Now, criminal law is something that no matter if you're a police officer or a lawyer or whatever it might be in criminal justice, you definitely want to take. That gets down into how reports or how the reports are done. It gets into the whole prosecuting area, talking about prosecution, what it is the prosecutors do, judges do, and it covers a lot of the sectors in how a report should be, put together. There's another class you're going to be taking for courts. That one's going to be breaking down a lot of good information as well. I actually took 2 different classes for court. I can't remember what the first one was called, but it was really learning to understand victims and also understanding the offenders and stuff. And then also we touched base on maybe you're a detective. You'll learn in that class some of the skills that you can acquire to be able to identify when a crime is being committed just by being out in public. They might not be screaming or making it known, but just learning to watch other people really is what they're going to teach you. Whether you're watching them visually or if you're just hearing them. You can't see them, but you can hear them. There's a lot of really cool techniques that you can use when taking this class. And again, I apologize for smoking. I probably should have just waited on that. I apologize, you guys. Let's see. There's going to be another one. Drug use and abuse. Now, that class is really, really awesome. You learn, guys, if you've not learned about drugs very much, or you don't know much about drugs, that is the class to take, because you are going to learn about drugs in ways that you never knew. You're going to learn things about alcohol and cigarette, tobacco products that you never knew. You're going to learn the history of alcohol and the wars that we faced long ago because of alcohol. There's a lot that you will learn. You're going to see drugs being mentioned that you've never heard of. I mean, they talk about all the different drugs: cocaine, marijuana, Molly, LSDs. There was even some other drugs in there. I forget the names of them now, but it's a very interesting class, and I do believe you'd really enjoy that class. I know I did. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let me open up my law notes here. If you guys see my computer right now, it's a mess. I've got class notes and everything all over the place. History and development of criminal evidence. I could sit here for hours talking to you guys about the things that I have learned. And, you know, it's interesting because when you go to college and you learn this stuff, you learn it, you know it. And sometimes you'll think, man, I'm not going to be able to remember all this. Well, that's wrong. I assumed the same thing. But here I am now talking to you about this stuff. And I just never knew, you know, things sink in more than what you think. You know, some of the stuff you're not going to remember. And if I could give you one tip to go into college, keep your books. You can sell them back, but some of them, don't get rid of them. Because later on down the road, you might need to go back into that book and you might need to read up on it. You might need to refresh your memory on some stuff. You might be a lawyer on a case and you're looking for, you know, a loophole or a way to better assist your client. You'll be diving in them books reading. Trust me. I've learned so much, you guys. Rules of evidence, the history of evidence, or the history of rules of evidence, early methods of determining guilt and innocence. Something else that I learned, I'm going to say, I'm going to destroy this word. Magna Carta and habeas corpus. That's you'll learn about that. I'm not going to try to get into that. You're going to learn more about the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution and Bill of Rights, the basic rights under the Constitution. Another one that I believe this is something that not every legal figure sticks to this, but the presumption guilty. You know as well as I do, there's a lot of people out there and they're guilty. We don't. There's evidence to prove that you are. I can have my opinion and assume that, yeah, I think that person might be guilty. But I can't sit there and say, yep, he's guilty. You'll learn about trials and the right to speedy and public trials, rights to indictment. You'll learn about going to trials, the assistance of counsel, witnesses and testifying, examining witnesses, understanding the right to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures. Okay, that's an important one. The right to an impartial jury, the common rights of a defendant to be present. Oh no, that's not what I want. Never mind. Anyway, so that's one area there. That was all kind of based around court. Let's go back up here. Let me go back. What is this one? Ethical dilemmas. Again, you guys really, if they tell you, hey, this is an optional class to do ethics of criminal justice, don't turn it down. I know it can be a boring thing. I know that ethics can be very dragging, but I promise you the education behind it, you're going to want to know. You're going to want to understand. And think about it. The better you can understand ethics and just the ethics of criminal justice, you're going to do a lot better with your career if you're working as a lawyer or a police officer or a detective or whatever it might be. Okay. Let me go back here. What we got here? So I said victimology. That was one I already told you about. We already talked about serial murders. We talked about criminal evidence. We talked about criminal law, serial killers, drug use and abuse. Let's go back to some more here. I believe another one, criminal justice in action. My gosh, you guys, there's so many. Like this one here. This was a good class. Ethics, Theory, and Contemporary Issues. That's the book that you get when you take that class. Let me go down here. And the files that you get and the documents you get so you can learn, man, I love it because you're able to really look at it. And me, I'm kind of a hands-on person. So just to have it in a chapter is one thing, and having an actual example file or report is something totally different. Let me see. Get back here. Class 2019. This were all my 2019 classes. Oh, wait a minute. We might go on something here. Okay, here it is. So American Court. You're gonna that's gonna be a class that, like I said, the court class, you're definitely going to want that one. Juvenile justice is another class you're going to take. Maybe you want to become a probation officer. That's going to be a class that you're going to want to take because you're going to be able to understand all the rights, the laws, and all the procedures for juvenile justice, okay? Let's see, Crim 171. That's drug use and abuse. We talked about that. Crim 201. Ethical dilemmas and decisions. We done talked about that a little bit. There's a lot. You're going to learn a lot more than just that. And I'm going to pull up my newest classes. One of my newest classes, one of them is online criminal evidence and online cyber. You're going to learn all this online stuff as well. You know, the crimes that are committed online. You know, there's a lot of them. You might not see it or hear about it every day, but there is. I mean, that's how we're keeping our country safe from all these other attackers, is because of knowing how to deal with online criminals and the cyber attacks and all that. I'm getting ready to dive into that class. That's going to be fun, I do believe. So there's going to be a lot of classes that you're going to see that I didn't mention. But I want to just dive into college in general for a minute to kind of help you along with that. There is a big rule in college. Cheating is something that is frowned upon 110%. Do not use somebody else's work, because if you do, the penalty is fatal to your career. The penalty is it's just a career killer. I promise. I don't want to do that. So I did an assignment called, let me get down to it. I did this assignment about college cheating. And I said, if I notice, and I want you to think about this. If you found a friend of yours cheating, what would you do about it? Would you just keep your mouth shut, or would you actually do something about it? I had to do a report on that. And that's what I'm looking at now. There we go. I said the first thing that I would attempt to do is try to talk to my friend to stop them from cheating on their test. I would suggest and remind to them what they are doing is wrong with what they are doing. And they will get in trouble even with the test being graded on a curve. I would feel the same way no matter what. No matter what way people might look at this, the friend is in the class for criminal justice. And the last thing that we need is a person that finds ways around being honest. Now, I respect my friends, but if they're going and they're in criminal justice, I definitely ain't going to be like, oh, it's cool, man. I won't say nothing. But guys, there's a lot of crooked people out there, isn't there? There is. Let me go down here. The last thing I'd put on this about cheating, I said that if I knew someone was doing something like that and I didn't say anything, I think this would make me just as bad as them and would say a lot about my own personal morals. So this is something that you're going to be learning about in college because they do bring it up. I don't care what you go to college for. You're going to hear about this in college, and they're going to let you know how serious it is to copy someone else's work. There is a word for it, and it's just not coming to me at the second. But there is. Let me pull up something real quick. Just waiting for this. Here we go. I mean, I don't think anybody should cheat in college anyways. I mean, you're there to learn. If you've got to cheat, then it means you need to learn more about it so you don't have to cheat. All right. Let me find what I was looking for you. Here it is. Okay. Plagiarism. Guys, that is the one thing that will get you kicked out of college quicker than you can blink your eyes and say pizza. You will be gone. So do not, under any circumstance,
Top chat.
get involved in
Chat message input.
plagiarism.
Chat. Learn more. Welcome to live chat. 8:57 p.m. Mentorship support. 0. Top chat.
It's a serious thing. It is. It's very serious. So hopefully you never get yourself involved in something like that, because it's never a good outcome. If you're going to go to college, do it for you. Okay. Don't look for somebody else's opinions and use that to decide what you're going to do. If you're going to go by somebody's opinion, let it be by maybe a mentor or your advisor, because they're there to give you information to help you make the right choice, right? So anyways, I wanted to talk about it a little. Being visually impaired, it's no different than anybody else going to college, other than, we have a little bit more work sometimes because we got to do things a little differently. But if you want to go to college, go. Don't let your age hold you back either. Doesn't matter if you're 20, if you're 30, if you're 50, if you're 60. There was a 92-year-old woman that got her PhD last year. 92 years old and received her PhD. If a 92-year-old woman can go to college, you sure in the heck have no excuse why you can't. If you want to go to college, get up and do something about it. I'm also going to recommend real quick for you guys to and I'm going to get the link for you as well, but I want you to come to the channel and subscribe on YouTube. And I also want you to watch a video that I did on goal setting. If you guys are looking for something to be introduced into your life that will help you for the better, well, I'm going to ask you to check that out, because goal setting will change your life forever. Matter of fact, Crystal's talking about going to college. Well, before she goes to college, I'm going to have her start goal setting, because that's going to change her life forever as well. Goal setting is something that anyone can do, and really you should do it. Let me find the link here that I want to give you, the main link to the channel. Let me get it for you here, and I'll put it in the chat window. You'll see it. Here we go. Mentorship support. I love this channel because it's all based on, me trying to motivate people. Yeah, I do some videos for fun, like the First Amendment audits. Those are fun. I enjoy doing those, and some of the police videos that I do. But I love the channel because I can use it to help others. So, if you're into that kind of thing, then by all means, come and subscribe. I need I could use the support anyways. Okay. All right. Here is the link to the channel. There it is. That is the link to the YouTube channel. I hope that you will come and join the channel and subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook, I could use your help by sharing and all that good stuff. So hopefully you'll come and join us. Before I go, I just want to say again that no matter who you are, where you are, what maybe you've done in your past, or what you're wanting to do in the future, it is up to you, and anything is possible. If you want to change your life, that's up to you. I've had people that have judged me my whole life. They have pointed their fingers at me and they have laughed in the background and they had said this and said that. But do you think for 1 second, if I based my life off of what those kind of people thought about me, if I based it off of that, I wouldn't have anything. Don't live for somebody else's stupid opinions. Live for your own. All right? Live for your own. And do for you. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. Click on that subscribe button. Join us here on the YouTube channel. Also, be sure to tap on that little bell there to set your notifications so that you are notified each and every single time that a video is published here on Mentorship Support. I love you guys. Everybody on Facebook, God bless and good night.